What's happening, world? Happy Saturday. Usually it's Fridays, but today is we with y'all on a Saturday today. Hope everybody cool, having a good weekend. Welcome y'all to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host Deshaun here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions, Camouflage, Drop Knock.
Flies,
Yeah.
the whole gang.
Yeah, couldn't we couldn't do the show last week. Your boy's on the injured list, still on the injured list, but I mean, trying to make it happen. Uh, and my guy introduced himself as always.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy, man, aka Farrell Films, man.
Yeah, we here for y'all. It's been a lot going on.
Too much.
Yeah, we couldn't go 2 weeks, without doing the podcast. I mean, it's a lot going on.
Too much was happening.
We would have did it yesterday, but we had a blessing yesterday. My brother came home after 20, so I had to
Salud.
be there for that. My brother came home, so that's why we couldn't do the show last night.
Not like when the Babylon opens up them gates, man, and the brother gets to regain their freedom, man. It's a
Right,
beautiful thing.
right.
My brother came home 2 weeks ago, so man, it's been a beautiful season in regards to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A beautiful thing. But, I mean, it's been a lot of shit going on. This
Yeah, yeah.
this last week and a half or whatnot. It's been a lot of shit, man.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
We're gonna jump right into it.
jump right into it, man. I'll let you go and start it off.
Well, man, I'm gonna qualify this by saying that a lot of people, some of the things that's being exposed on these high level entertainers,
Yeah.
there's some people that'll get to telling you, well, that's what you gotta do. No, like Cat Williamson told you, that ain't what you gotta do. You think Denzel and Sidney Poitier and them was carrying on like that? No.
Right.
You got a combination between, and and not, and some of these dudes, that's how they get out. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you can on your jobs, in your real life, you got dudes that maybe live a secret life. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
that you do gotta have people. That's just how they get down. That ain't got nothing to do with entertainment. That's how they get down.
Right.
Then you got people, and they twist it now that if you have people have any level of personal accountability,
Mm-hmm.
they'll say you victim shaming. But here's the thing: if you know, like if you grow up, like women grow up in neighborhoods, right?
Mm-hmm.
And dude over here is a creep.
Mm-hmm.
Dude over here might got a reputation for trying to get girls drunk and this and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should have the right to go anywhere and not be bothered, right?
Right.
But you should also have a level of discernment to try to protect yourself from certain situations. If you're walking down the street, somebody jumps out the bushes and hits you in the head, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing you could do. But if they say, hey, dude, be getting girls high and taking advantage of them, and you go over there and get high with dude,
That's
yeah, it's a shame on dude for doing that. He need to be locked away. But you, we have a certain level of responsibility to protect ourselves. Just like right now, if I get arrested and you find out, man, P got arrested, and I was in the car with some youngsters and they had guns and dope and all that,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna be like, damn, it's a damn shame P done got called up. But you also gonna be like, man, how P let himself get in that situation?
Right.
You gonna expect a certain level of accountability,
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And let's address the other elephant in the room.
Go for it.
Some people want to take shortcuts in the game, so they go participate in certain immoral activities.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it don't pan out the way they thought it was,
Right.
they come back and say, "Oh, the bad guy over there took advantage of me."
Mm-hmm.
But you knew how you get out, and you didn't want to put in the necessary grind, so you tried to take shortcuts.
Right.
And then it's, oh, I didn't get the platinum records. I didn't get the star movies. I didn't get the big house and the Rolls Royce. Oh, I was a victim.
Right.
I don't know, like man, I don't know. So it's so between the people making up shit,
Mm-hmm.
between the people who now trying to flip shit that they was a willing participant in,
Right.
and the people who were actual victims, it all gets muddy.
Mm-hmm. The waters is definitely muddy.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a cold thing because I mean I look at it to where, like I told people,
They know your
Shout out to Cat
vices.
Baba though.
Shout out to Cat. What's up, Lamar? What's up, Dude Dirt? Tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Um, they when you coming up in this industry, these overseers, they know your vices.
Mm-hmm.
They know what you like
Yes.
because you doing stuff and you might not know that they keeping score.
Mm-hmm.
And with dude, he was hella arrogant. He just
Mm-hmm.
thought he was untouchable, unstoppable, and
Right.
you want to.
He obviously pissed somebody off.
Of course he did,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, it's just like I watched the interview with Luke, Uncle
Mm-hmm.
Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Uncle Luke, man.
Mm-hmm.
He broke it down, and it was like, yeah, you, you, these people put you in position,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn around and right, wrong, or indifferent, you want to sue and do all this stuff and whatnot, not knowing that these people know your secrets.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And they
You,
probably been feeding
you,
people that's around you.
yes. Take that. Take that. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Because one of the things though, and like Cat Williams and them alluded to, is that a lot of this stuff is open secrets.
Yeah.
So for the floodgates to suddenly open now, feds running all in his house, putting his children in handcuffs.
they
Boy, you
knew
could
your
have did
shit.
that 20 years ago.
They knew that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So why we got federal SWAT teams and all that stuff now? Like what's changed?
It's like has he outlived his usefulness?
Basically.
Or
So then you gotta wonder who's gonna be next. Who next are they pushing to us that they some type of mogul, black excellence, or this and that? That's the. I guess his generation is done.
mm-hmm.
So now they ready to introduce the new uh,
Mm-hmm.
black excellence. The new, hey y'all should go vote for who this guy says vote for. Y'all should go buy the brands this guy says buy.
Right. And here's the thing too. Um, to be devil's advocate real quick, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, to who to go vote for. Because remember when Diddy they was pushing that Rock the Vote
Yeah,
campaign
vote or
and
die
all
and
that.
all that.
Now, dude can't tell you nothing.
No.
So that script of hey, y'all need to that's ruined. That's ruined.
Now I see people talking about, oh, he was never no more. I'm like, dude, man, we was voting for people that he said vote for. We was drinking Ciroc because he said drink Ciroc.
Mm-hmm.
We was wearing these clothes because he said wear clothes. That man was influencing every aspect of a urban youth's life.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Right. Right, Anthony. More money, more problems. Exactly. Um,
Lamar just said a word. Lamar, you just said a word.
let me see.
Said there's a cost to everything. It's up to you to decide, are you willing to pay that price? And that's when your integrity comes in.
Very much so. Very much so. Because it's a cold game. I
Miss
mean,
K Kids, you are absolutely correct. They discredited the Democrats' celebrity power.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean,
Probably it's the Republicans doing this because now they marching out to Killer Wayne. I mean Lil Wayne, Killer Mike's, this and that,
mm-hmm.
and then making the Diddy's and stuff look bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously a hidden hand in there. 'Cause like I said, all these SWAT teams and all this carrying on, this could have happened 20 years ago.
And
It ain't no secret how dude get out. You
right.
know.
And then also, like I said 2 weeks ago, um, we still ain't seen the Epstein list.
No.
So y'all gonna fall for low hanging fruit, and
Mm-hmm.
Diddy, take that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Hey, but I did see this thing. Well, I didn't watch it, but I saw it's on there. They got a thing where they're kind of exposing some of them cats that was on like Nickelodeon and
Right.
stuff like
I
that.
haven't watched it, but I seen and heard about it. I was gonna watch it this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The what is it? I can't
Quiet
think
on
of the
the
name
set.
of
I
it.
think.
Quiet on the
Yeah.
set. Right. So I mean, a bunch of shit is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
About a lot of things. So I mean, it's y'all buckle up,
Let
man.
me ask you this though: is a lot of things coming up because somebody it's being righteous, or is a lot of things coming out because somebody is like out with the old, in with the new.
We about to jump on that in a sec. Um, we about to get on the bridge too. We ain't forgot. That's all the stuff going on. That's why I made sure we did a show today. Um, I think it's a combination,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be to once again to scramble niggas' brains. You got people is like in a fishbowl. If you looking in and you try to grab a fish, you can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to shake the fishbowl up. Now the fish disorientated. Now you can pull them out one by one or pick them
Mm-hmm.
out. And that's just what's going on, I think, with all this stuff. Distractions, everything to keep you just wired up, looking at different shit, not paying attention to the puppet masters
Mm-hmm.
and what's going on or what they really trying to hide and put in your face in plain sight. But they play with you all the time. But with that being said, uh, so one of the things I saw, people started saying, well, Jay Z's worse.
And I'm
And
like,
I
what is
don't
that based?
know.
What is that based on?
I
Though
don't know.
I saw that. I saw that several times, and they saying Jay Z is next, and I'm sitting there like, I never really heard nothing about dude other than I heard he was messing with Foxy Brown when he was early 20s and she was still teens. I heard that. I did hear that,
Mm-hmm.
but and this is where context is very important
Ouch. Yeah.
because sometimes when you speak on certain things, people will act like you're condoning it,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be like, context. I'm a kid of the 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
22, 23-year-old dudes coming up to the high school, picking up 16, 17-year-old girls was something that happened in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s, and nobody blinked. So if he says he didn't. She says didn't nothing jump. But if he did, in the years that this supposed to happen, 94, 95,
Mm-hmm.
even we look at it now and say, oh, that's disgraceful, or that's not how shit's supposed to go on. But in '94, a 24-year-old dude with the paint and the rims was gonna be up at the high school seeing what's happening. And I ain't justifying nothing. It's just a matter of context. There's things that flew in 1983 that you would get arrested for in 2024.
Right.
What's the context of the times? Now beyond that, I keep seeing people on social media saying dude is next, and I'm like, okay, what do y'all know that none of the rest of us know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He
weird.
got with Beyonce young. Yeah, well, here's reality. When a bad one is 18, 19, 20, 30-year-old niggas with paper come and swoop them up. That's reality of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's reality. Celine Dion was 15 and Blood was 40 something.
Damn.
Alicia Keys was 16 and Blood was 42. Her first boyfriend and manager.
Mm.
Like, come on, like,
I didn't know that.
come
Wow.
on, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then when she got to a certain level, she ended up linking up with Swiss Beats.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude who was her manager when she first came in the game
Mm-hmm.
was her dude as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Blood was like 40 and she was like 16, 17.
Mm. Damn.
She was definitely younger than 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though is that but we talking late 90s. We talking, a lot of shit flew in that era. Like people like I just went and seen the Freaknik documentary. It's a lot
Oh
of
yeah, I
things
watched
that
that.
went on in the 90s that you go to prison for today.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when we judging these cats or we looking at certain actions, we gotta kind of keep the context of the times.
Got you. I got you. Now.
Yes, K Kid, Aaliyah was a wild one too.
Mm-hmm.
And how mad was people really when her and R. Kelly got married? Some people were like, "Ooh, wow," but was people really mad? Nobody was demanding he be arrested or none of that.
Actually, you're right.
You know,
They was some people was fake caring for a minute, but they didn't get the outrage it should have got.
he was another dude that when he finally did get arrested and put away, the antics that he was pulling, he had a 20-year run.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's another one. He pissed somebody off.
Oh yeah,
Who ended up with his publishing? Who ended up with control of his estate?
right.
That's
That's what you need to
what
look
they say
at.
in The Godfather. Who benefits the most from this, and that's who's behind it.
Hmm. Pretty much. Now, uh, we also had the bridge collapse in
I got
Baltimore.
on Twitter and people were
That
saying that the
was
mayor of Baltimore was unqualified and that he was a diverse. Somebody said he was an affirmative action hire. I'm like, people didn't vote. Like they just
uh,
hired blood. Like what are y'all
he-
talking about?
so. First off, anyone lost their life, I want to send condolences to those
Rest in
families.
peace.
You know,
Did you see the clip though? The footage?
yeah.
And you know
You
me.
know,
I'm not big on conspiracy theories, right?
I
I'm not big on conspiracy theories.
but you saw what I saw.
Hey, that looked kind of odd to me.
You
That's
saw
all
it?
I'm saying. It looked kind of odd to me.
Yeah, it
I know what they selling me what happened, but man, if I didn't know any better, man, I would think, man, that was a setup in order to do something to the Maryland. Because you got to remember, Maryland has a black governor.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, the largest city in there, has that, and it's one of those type of cities that if they could flip it
Mm-hmm.
conservative, it could determine the election.
Right.
The election is coming up, so
You always have a crisis right
right.
before an election. You guys can look at the history of elections, guys, and there's always something. There's always something that one party uses
Mm-hmm.
to champion a movement.
Yeah. So it's like this, like yeah, you can't get it. You're right. The mayor the mayor has nothing to do with the crash, but I see him
Yeah, the
taking the
mayor.
blame. It's like right now, if somebody come and crash into the if a cruise ship or something crash into the Golden Gate Bridge
Mm-hmm.
and it collapsed, and all of a sudden they talking about London Breed
Yeah.
is incompetent, you'll be like, what London Breed got to do with the bridge?
Maritime laws are different. I mean, but that's
And
a
she
whole
wouldn't even
nother.
have nothing to do with rebuilding the bridge. So it's
Right.
like, and they was talking about, oh, the bridge was incompetently designed. The bridge was built 60 years ago. There's people probably ain't even alive who built. Put it like this: it's almost giving a setup and a manufactured crisis to create a distraction. Now, what's the distraction for what?
Nothing to see here, people. I mean, you got a few things. Let's just go to the footage. Talk about the footage.
It looked funny to me.
When the bridge was collapsing, I'm gonna use the word collapsing loosely. For one, I can't move my shoulder to do my full air quotes. But if you could hold on, let me.
Hey.
There you go. I'm still injured, but yeah, the footage was quite alarming.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
the places where the bridge was breaking, bending, I could see sparks, see fire and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I took science in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know metal, from
Mm-hmm.
being touching metal. I've worked with metal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you bend metal, if there's enough force created by action to bend metal,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any circumstances where fire would come out. I can't think of any. I'm just, once again, just being
Yeah,
honest. I can't think of any. I get it to where if it bends enough, even like, remember when we get the antennas when we was kids and you bend them and you couldn't bend them all the way, so you kept going back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, during that action
Stress
created
point.
it
Mhm.
created heat.
It created.
It didn't create fire. It created heat
Right.
where it warmed if you touched it a little bit, but I saw fire.
Yeah.
I saw fire and some smoke
Like I said,
and a few
I
points.
don't go in for conspiracy theories, but I had to say, okay, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, I'm just.
Maybe there is a scientist that could explain, or an engineer or something that could explain what happened. But I know, using my common sense, looking at it, and then seeing how swiftly the conservative side was condemning pretty much the entire power structure in Maryland,
Right.
it
What they got to do with
it
that?
doesn't it just I I smell a rat. Some things, some people say
More
sometimes
than
the
a rat.
simplest explanation is, but
Mm-hmm.
when we know how devious these people move, when we know how intricate their plots are, and we know how they sometimes have media agents already in place to explain things, you gotta say, hey,
Ed, you making my
that
shoulder hurt.
that doesn't look right. you know,
Ed said he heard Magneto was involved. Exactly.
man.
So I was like, what type of X-Men shit is this? Because I'm sorry, once again, it's not. This ain't the Zapruder footage. This
right.
shit is right there.
But that tell you how gullible Americans always been. You look at the Zapruder footage, Blood obviously getting his head knocked off from one direction, and they went out on the news and told America
It
that
happened
the
from the
bullet.
back.
And I'm sitting there like, people actually bit Blood head is snapping. You obviously see where he gets hit. And they got on the news and said, "What you seeing ain't what you seeing.
That's
This
why.
is what you actually
That's
seeing."
why I don't like getting drove around. I drive myself. You can't shoot yourself. Well, you can,
Right.
but I wouldn't. But never mind. You'll get that at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, man.
But back to this bridge shit. Um, Look at the economic fallout behind this because that's one of the I can't remember which, but it's in the top 10 of ports
Mm-hmm.
in this corporation. So you got all this stuff that's over there stuck.
You
All
mean
this
this
thing.
country?
No, I said what I said. That's over there. So
mm-hmm.
now all these ships and whatever got to get rerouted, which of course you got to wait because you got all this debris you got to clear. This is a crime scene. Now, technically, it's a crime scene.
But it creates two things. It ruins the economy of Maryland,
Yeah.
and I don't know if people remember, but at one point during the pandemic, you could barely buy a new car if you ordered some parts and everything. And what was the excuse? Or supply chain issues. So everything was ruined. You try to buy something, it was on back order.
Mm-hmm.
A new car was on back order. Parts, microwave, anything you was trying to buy, they were saying, oh, it was supply chain issues. And then they said, oh, because some of the ports was closed down, that it was ships just sitting out at sea with contact with all of your goods.
Just and shit was spoiling.
So now we're gonna recreate that scenario just now on the East Coast.
Right.
So some people be like, well, why would anybody do this? Well, if you want to ruin the economy of a Democratic-led state and hurt the entire Eastern Seaboard with the supply chain to say make the people who are currently in power look incompetent, maybe a random ship being driven by some Indians goes off course, loses power, and crashes into a bridge that's already primed for destruction. So as soon as it hits, you launch the explosives, and the bridge collapses, and anybody who says, "Hey, wait a minute, this ain't how that would have happened," oh, you just a silly conspiracy theory.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you got so much. There's so many layers to this bridge situation, and so many arteries and you can look at and point to that it it begs for you to pay attention to this shit.
Yeah.
You and y'all out there in the world, please, you cannot be dumb to the shit that's going on in the world. You gotta.
Question everything.
Take that is one thing, distraction.
Question
But
everything.
This shit is getting too blatant, and just like I haven't watched that movie. This is a Obama produced movie on Netflix.
This
the end of the world or leave the world behind, some shit. And they were saying that that's what happened in the movie. A bridge collapsed or something, or something happened
out the sky, and
the Simpsons
started acting weird.
I'm pretty sure there's a Simpsons episode with some shit like this somewhere. I'm sure. So y'all got to start asking yourselves: is life imitating art, or is art imitating life?
And don't put nothing past these people, because there's a certain segment of the country that literally will accept anything that they say.
Yeah. You all in the Truman Show.
Yeah, man, without even knowing it. So the mayor, K Kid says the mayor just started a program for 200 properties we bought at $1. Where's that connected to the bridge? Well, one of the things is that if the mayor is now transferring home ownership basically to the poor, which creates, which can kind of solve some of the wealth imbalance.
Yeah.
Well, what's one of the things that you do is you go to the media and make the mayor look like he's a buffoon.
Right.
Make the mayor look incompetent, and then you get rid of the programs that he's doing, and you keep the balance of power in place. Because some of these people are really and truly committed to keeping power.
Oh, very much
To the
so.
point where there will be assassinations. There will be people who die under mysterious circumstances. There will be people who commit suicide by shooting themselves in the head twice. All
Yeah.
kinds of things go on. And the average person, the average American is a decent person.
Mm-hmm.
We care about our neighbors. We care about our family. So we decent people. So when people do flat out evil things, we can't even imagine that somebody would even do that. So we think it must be a conspiracy theory or made up.
Right.
Because who on earth would just kill a person for money? But those of us who have seen the other side of the game or been in the trenches, we do understand very well that niggas will kill you for pride. People will kill you for a few dollars.
Mm-hmm.
People will kill you because they want to bang the person that you're banging, and if you're out of the way,
Makes
they
it
bang
easier.
that person, and people will take your life for the most trivial reasons. Well, a lot of America lives in places where there's nowhere in the world someone would do something like that.
No.
And that's how the powers that be are able to operate plainly in plain sight
Mm-hmm.
because their common sense tells them, well, no one would do that. Who would drive a ship into a bridge to cause an economy? Because people would be killed in the bridge. No one would do that intentionally.
It would not happen. There's got to be safeguarding
No one would
measures
let
in
somebody
place.
fly a plane into a tower and blow it up intentionally and all those people die because just to gain power? Who would? No one would do that. You're
No.
crazy.
No, that would not happen.
Because a lot of people live in a, what do you call it, Pollyanna world where they can't comprehend how truly evil.
Some people are.
Yeah, and some of the people that seek power,
Do anything to get it and everything to keep it.
you know, I once went to a music conference.
Mhm.
They used to have the Gavin here. You
Yeah,
remember
Gavin.
Gavin?
Yeah.
And we were sitting in a conference, and this dude got up. He was an attorney, real ruthless cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, he liked me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going, and he said, "Your mother's in the hospital. She's about to die, right? And you get a call, and your mother's on one line, and Russell Simmons is on the other line. This one, Russell Simmons was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what call do you take, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, my mama about to die. He said, you'll never make it in this industry because anybody else would take Russell's call and just hope moms can hang on. That's the type of people that you're dealing with. The type of people who would let their mother die rather than lose the opportunity to make a couple more bucks. And if you don't have that same mentality, you don't have that same mindset, then you wouldn't understand how low they are willing to go to win.
Right.
What they'll be willing to do to win, and what they'll be willing to make you do to show that you're worthy of being on the team. And if you're a normal morals and this and that,
Mm-hmm.
you don't fathom how low these people will go. You know what I'm saying? And when they find certain black melanated celebrities who are willing to go all in on the program,
Take that.
a certain
Ow, damn it. Oh, that shit hurts.
certain black politicians, like what's this girl, Candace Owens?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen her sit there and praise Hitler. I've seen her sit there and say there's no racism. I've sat there and said affirmative action was actually racism.
Right.
White. I've seen her say the most wildest shit. And then the people was through with her, and now she on the Breakfast Club, skinning and grinning, and you got black people, melanated people, writing think pieces saying, you know, maybe she wasn't that bad at
She
all.
got some points, though.
Put it to you like this.
Y'all.
She's a public speaker, so of course she's going to pander and say some good points overall, but her overall message was one of pandering for them people.
Exactly. A
So
broke
you
clock is right twice a day.
Exactly. So if you've carried water willingly for them people,
I can't fuck with you.
exactly. I don't care how much you change the record. I know what you was originally singing.
Exactly.
But we
Can't
want to
trust
be inclusive so bad that somebody could be a blatant sellout
Mm-hmm.
and then be able to come back home, get invited back to the cookout.
Right.
It ain't no different than Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton and Joe Biden helped incarcerate a generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Hillary sat there and cheerleaded alongside them, right?
Yeah.
And then she had some hot sauce in her person, and everybody said,
I always keep
Lord
hot
have
sauce.
mercy. Kamala Harris said she was at Cal dancing to Tupac in her dorm room. She graduated in '88.
Exactly. Niggas fall for the quick slithered tongue of the serpents all the time. Cause motherfuckers they don't pay attention. They don't quote unquote fact check. They just buy whatever's being sold,
Yeah.
and that's a problem. I'm sorry, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit.
For us to have so many people in the black community that profess that they got game and so slick, this and that, overall as a people, sometimes we fall for the most basic shit. And I be like, man, I thought everybody was game tight. Everybody was
like they still do that.
Everybody says boss players, or is it that we only be conniving and slick with each other? But whatever, when the man is selling us a cup of ice and telling us it's new and improved ice, we okay with it.
This ice freezes at a different temperature.
Yeah,
than regular water freezes in the ice.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because some of us are supposed to be so slick, so sharp, so game tight. We so mean. We don't deal. We don't play that sucker shit, this and that. And then somebody else come along, man, giving a song and dance, and cats is marching. And I'll be like,
I'm with it.
y'all falling for that?
I'm loving it.
I'll be like, what's wrong with me that I'm not seeing what y'all seeing? Because, man, y'all is really falling in line. Like you selling Girl Scout cookies or something.
Hey, them is dope.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, shout out and rest in peace, man, to Lou Gossett, man. He was still doing his thing. Like that Watchmen series they had a couple years ago on HBO. He was in it, and I remember when he won the Oscar.
He was Louis Gossett Jr. has been in everything.
Right.
That brother is a solid career.
Fiddler in the Roots.
And he was in Roots. Yeah, I mean, and here's the one thing to where I don't recall no scandalous shit ever involving that brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. But but a lot of cats came up in that era. They had that.
That's the shit
that
we
pride.
need.
I call
you ain't heard nothing about Louis Gossett Jr. and no Diddy parties, no shit like that. He wasn't back in his day. It would have been a Rick James party maybe,
or Bill Cosby party,
or Bill Cosby party. You ain't heard none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that we need.
What's up, Whiteout?
What's up, Whiteout? Oh yeah, we did the episode today because we didn't do it last night. So yeah, we just had. I had to
Whiteout, where you performing tonight? I'm gonna slide
in.
through, man. I got a tank full of gas, man. I got a tank full of gas, and I got my good clothes laid out on the bed already at the house. Where you gonna be at tonight?
So
I'm coming through.
Yeah, but Louis Gossett Jr., man, that's a legend, man.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, sir. And man,
officer and a gentleman
to your family.
My thing is, when he won that Oscar for An Officer and a Gentleman, I was too young to really understand the significance of it. But my family went 18. 18 dummy, and I didn't understand. I was like, oh, he won the award. But as I get older, I understand. And I know that some people are like, oh, well, forget that. We don't need acceptance and this and that. But if you're an actor and you in this thing, and as a black actor, if you so raw that they got to say, hey, man, you was the best. It's going to be grudgingly. But if they got to say you was the best, that means you was really the best. Like you was probably 10 times the best. And then to win that Oscar for a role that wasn't a tap dancing role. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
To win the Oscar for a role that you wasn't tap dancing. To win it for a role that you didn't have to degrade yourself.
Right.
To win for a role that nobody that's kin to you would have to be embarrassed. Is truly an achievement. Because there's been people who won Oscars since then, but they either had to compromise their integrity, or they had to hold themselves, or they had to do something, or they had to kind of mammy it up, or
let the white dude hit it.
So it's like, So
I'm
when you look at
disappointed.
that, so when you look at like when Sidney Poitier won that Oscar for way back in the days, Lily of the Field, when he won that, you gotta say, even though I was young and I didn't understand, but now I look back and be like, man, these dudes won Oscars as black men with they as strong black men with their head held high. Here in
Right.
2024, if you play a strong black man, it's too black.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to grin and show some teeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's, man, rest in peace to that brother, man.
Yeah.
He did his thing and didn't get his flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr. Man, that's just a good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I seen some crazy shit on the internet.
What's that?
Hey, that I seen this shit. There's some conjoined twins that got married.
I, not to be crude, but I always
I
wonder
got some jokes, but
how the
hey,
sex life go
hey,
on. Like, do I get to hit this twin and then you come back and you hit the other twin? Or
and
how exactly that
I'm
work?
trying not to be insensitive when I saw that shit, but I was like, wait a minute.
So if I'm laid there and I'm getting it in, right? Do
Mm-hmm.
we put like a divider right
Ain't no
here?
divider.
So
They
we
share.
just so it's just group sex, period.
They share a common bottom. So
But I like, okay, we not gonna let you watch. So do we put like a curtain right here? Like
White
how did
House
that?
said 2 for 1.
I mean, how do we get down like that,
I was
man?
just wondering because I seen the post, right? I seen a few things, bro. I've been scrolling looking for shit. I've been off injured for the last couple of weeks, so I've been laid up with nothing to do but just find shit to get into. So one of the comments I saw was like, "What if the other one decided to get married to find somebody and want to get married too?"
So we just all got to lay here like this in the bed.
That's
All right,
just
my
some,
turn,
I'm
blood.
sorry,
My
bro.
turn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's just some weird shit.
Hey, I mean, they say God don't make no mistakes, but
I'm sorry.
man,
That's just
woo.
some weird shit. White
Yeah, how
House.
do? Yeah, they need to write a book and explain how it all
Um,
goes down.
that's just weird.
And
Then
what happens if one is gay and one isn't? Like, I don't know. You know what? It's not for me to
see,
wonder.
and oh, I'm trying. Actually, no, I'm just gonna say it. But now, if she blowing him, the other one right there. I mean, that's just
Fuck it. You gotta
you in the way.
participate too,
That's
or,
some.
or like
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
use.
I think the weird shit.
Hey, I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
use your head for leverage and this and that,
that's just
or
some.
fuck it. We're gonna have to be like, all right, y'all
I
switch
don't
off.
know. Yeah, that's just. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I believe everybody deserves love, but I'm. And
Yeah.
then I'm wondering about the decency of the person that married him. I'm wondering about his decency. I'm just sorry.
Lord
I
have
get everybody
mercy.
can love everybody, but I'm wondering about
Oh Lord have
who are
mercy.
you as a person. Is you doing this for to be some deviant shit? What's your thought process, man?
I put it like this. I'm
I'm
normally a
sorry.
good guy, but if you saw me in a scenario like that,
I'm sorry.
you best believe Peter went completely to the dark side.
Right, right. I mean that's some. Yeah, it's that. I'm sorry. Then I also saw. I forgot what city. It was a sister that was visiting her boyfriend or whatever in jail or whatnot, and brought had the baby with her, and tried to smuggle in drugs in the baby's diaper,
Wow.
and she handed the baby to the inmate, and he went in and retrieved the paper, and of course they watching, so they instantly went in and you know seized him and her, and seized it had PCP on the paper.
Unfortunately, that's actually quite common. Trying to that these chicks come in all the time and smuggle and try to use the babies to smuggle dope, put drugs in the kids' drawers and stuff like that, and then make a big production out of handing the baby over.
Yeah,
Because sometimes those tables, y'all, you and the woman is only allowed supposedly a quick hug
yeah,
at the beginning, this and that, but you can hold the kids unlimited. So you put the drugs in the kids' drawers. That's actually a kind of a kind of common thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now some people would be like, "Ain't no way in the world I would
right.
use my kids to
That's just
to smuggle drugs.
Right. That's just I
But
can't.
behind them walls, man, cats be so desperate. Sometimes cats get in debt and they got to do some things that, in order to be able to survive.
Yeah.
Your woman coming up here, shoot, she better bring a zip, you know, and
Yeah.
put it in the baby's diaper, and it's a wild thing.
Yeah. That's wild. That's real
But you would
wild.
think though that even under them circumstances, your morals would be like, okay, man, I'm down for whatever, but I ain't gonna make my kid a part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just. Remember back in the day, we grew up when you had I can't remember the two. We said 101 stupid things to do. Borrow without asking. I need glue. I need glue. This is the America's dumbest criminals. Definitely top 10.
Yeah.
Definitely top 10. I'm sorry. That was dumb as fuck. Stupid as fuck. I'm sorry. You get no sympathy from me because that was some dumb shit. And you put the kid at risk because if it was PCP on this paper and you
Wow, and he touched it up.
what if the what if the kid now you that's where I'm like this yeah I'm sorry there's no sympathy from my end for some dumb shit like that. You get yeah you don't even get the gas face. You should yeah, you lose your right to see your kids. You deserve what punishment the pilgrim gonna give you for doing some dumb
Yeah,
shit.
you know what I'm saying, and just think. I saw an important thing the other day on Twitter because I be on there a lot, and it said, like, hey, sometimes when people end up facing justice, we don't gotta go fight for them. We don't gotta be like, oh man, they taking down the black man, they taking down the leader. Sometimes, man, if cats make their bed, they need to lie in it, man. There's too many people out here being done real injustices.
Yeah.
You want to fight for that. Instead of fighting for some celebrity on Twitter or something like that, next time they call you up for jury duty,
Hey,
go.
go check it out.
And if the case ain't looking right, acquit. Make it a hung jury. Do some justice. Next time somebody needs some money for a defense fund or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
kick in a few dollars. Go be on them juries. Go do something actual, tangible to help people, as opposed to whenever some prominent person who's been getting over for decades then gets caught up, and then we get to talking about injustice. No, right now downtown here in Oakland, downtown at that courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody going to be getting did dirty 2-3 times a day, every day. And right now they're trying to recall the DA and all that type of stuff. There's some things happening here that at the very least you need to see what the issue is. Go vote one way or the other. Do something. You know what I'm saying? You get involved other than, oh wow, that's a shame.
Right.
That's a shame how they doing R. Kelly. Oh man, get involved, man. Get off the bench. Like in November, like they probably gonna have the mayor and the DA on the ballot in November to recall them. That's
Possible.
monumental. Like you don't see that nowhere else in America. That a mayor and a DA is both could be recalled or both having to refight for their lives. That's some wild carrying on.
Yeah. Uh,
But here's the bright side.
go for it.
If the mayor does get recalled,
Mm-hmm.
there was a more than qualified candidate who was running in the last cycle, and we want her to run again, and that's Miss Alyssa Victory.
Oh, shout
Y'all
out
need
to
to
the.
pay attention. Some people that don't quite got the machine behind them, but if you
Mm-hmm.
really look and you see the work that they doing, the educational qualification that they have, you be like, well, wow, why wasn't this person the mayor? Because we don't get involved, we don't get engaged.
Yeah.
And whoever the machine marches out and says this the person, we either stay home and don't vote, or if we do show up, we vote for that person and we don't look no deeper into it. And then we say, I don't like how things are going on.
Yeah. And shout out to Alyssa. She's I think she might be due pretty soon too. Welcoming her first child into the world. Shout out to her and her husband.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. But yeah, it's a lot of weird.
Maybe they're coming and they starring in it.
That's
And
what's
other
up.
than that, but other than that, I don't really got nothing cooking. I got a kids movie I'm doing this summer. That's what I'm reaching into. I'm going into that. We should start
Okay.
doing family and kids movies, cause
There we
man,
go.
if you Negroes.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Uh, Shout out to Tiff too. She's still filming her movie. I seen in the group. She got
Mm-hmm.
some more dates coming up. Shout out to White House. Shout out everybody tuning in. Appreciate y'all on this Saturday. I mean, it's the first time we ever did it not on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's been a great day. Now we got a whole lot going on. I'm going to check out my man Mario Hodge tonight.
Where they performing at?
He gonna be at Alameda Comedy Club.
Oh, okay. I just seen the boy Jay Rich at the barber shop, and I guess he's
Yeah.
gonna be at the Bow Theater tonight.
Oh damn!
Where's
Yeah.
Miss K Kid gonna be at, man? She's one of the funniest around. I ain't seen
Oh,
her in a minute.
we're gonna have to get her to come on the
K
show.
Kid, where you gonna be at tonight?
What's happening? Tap in. We had you come on the show for an interview. You know, we open to the public. Tap in. Make it happen. But
We've done several shows together, me and Miss K Kid. That's,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She always shows up and rocks the crowd always.
that's what's up. Um, as always, let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. We're gonna go on and enjoy the rest
Flodge.
of our day. Flodge in. What's happening?
Nah, Flodge ain't in. I was just
Oh,
yelling his name, giving some support.
oh, shout out Flodge. Yeah, he got a video shoot today. Matter of fact, my cousin T Pup got a video shoot. He was hitting me trying to. He wanted me to be in his video today. I was like, man, I already got this going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, shout out to everybody doing something, man. Shout out to yourselves. Make sure y'all take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for the bullshit. Don't hate, congratulate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and it's best to let your meat marinate. Why? Because it tastes better later.
All
uh,
right.
we finna roll.
Peace
Now it's time to say goodbye
to
to all
all
my
our
Negro
Negro
friends.
friends.
Hey, catch y'all Friday this week. You know what I'm saying? Have
Peace.
fun, be good, laugh, love, all that good shit. Push the thing. Yeah, we deuces
Peace.
out till the nether regions of the world.
It's still on.
Hold it.